Good morning, second grade. Miss Fogelman here for your math lesson. Let me share my screen. All right, so today we are talking about comparing fractions. So we are comparing the same fraction on two different drawings. So let me grab my pen. All right, so Mackenzie bought 2 cakes. Here's 1, here's 2. What fraction are the cakes split into? Well, how do we know that what these fractions are split into? Well, all the pieces have to be equal, right? Or it's not a fraction. And also we need to count the number of pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're both cut into fourths. Okay. Because we know we have 4 equal pieces. Now the question says, are the fractions in the first cake smaller, larger, or the same as the fractions in the second cake? Okay, so if we look at this, the way that we know, because we know that looking at the pieces, we can't really tell, but we know that this whole cake is the same size as this whole cake. So because those 2 cakes are the same size, when they're cut into fourths, no matter whether it's up and down or left to right or cross, they are the same size because you have the same size cake that you're starting with that you are partitioning into 4 pieces. So in this case, this piece, if I was given this piece and Miss Dolby was given this piece, we would both have been given the same amount of cake. Okay, so the answer to this one is that they're the same, and we know that because the cakes are the same size, right? All right, now we have Edward bought 2 cakes. Okay, so he bought this cake right here, and he bought this cake right here. Now each of the cakes is divided or split into what? Okay, so we see that each cake does have 1, 2 equal sides, 1, 2 equal sides or pieces. So if they have 2 equal pieces, it is called halves, right? So each one is partitioned into halves. Now the question says, are the fractions in the first cake smaller, larger, or the same as the fractions in the second cake? Well, as we can see, they are obviously not the same size cakes. So if I were given this piece of cake right here, and Miss Dolby was given this piece of cake right here, I would obviously not be very happy because Miss Dolby was given a larger piece of cake than I was, even though they're both cut in halves. Okay, so I would say that the fractions in the first cake are smaller than the ones in the second cake, and I would say they are not the same size. All right, so we know that in order for, even though 2 objects are cut into the same number of pieces, the objects have to be the same size for the pieces to be equal. All right, there is an activity for you to do in Showbie. Make sure you get that done and make sure you fill in all the spaces just like I did. Okay, and oh, I did forget the cakes. So I would write the cakes are the same size. All right, everyone, have a great day and make sure you get that work done.